31 years.
Can you hear me all right? Like, oh, hold on. Maybe is that better? That's probably better. Hey, Josh, appreciate you. 31 years. Thanks. So tonight or today or whatever, what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna go through the bracket. We're gonna take a look at all the different players, the team compositions, how many characters are in the tournament basically. And I mean, one thing that I think holds true for team tournaments is you never really know, right? You don't know what you're getting yourself into. Yo, what's up, Eggs? Oh, Shawad, Ultrashawn. You don't know. All we could do is make educated guesses, but we really don't know, right? But I want to review this together with everyone. I took a quick gander at the bracket, and it looked like some of the blocks are pretty stacked, while others maybe the path might be a bit easier for some of our players. But let's go ahead and take a look at X-EST together. So hold on, let's get a game up. Well, up here we got Nakamura's playing. Get a. There it goes. Alright, so you guys got like random stuff that you can watch, and meanwhile, before I begin, let me shout out Marcus D. So we're gonna be playing Retro 1 and 2 tonight, mostly, and Retro 3 is coming out in February. You already had let me put this down just a bit. He had pre-orders up, so I had a cop, but you gotta wait until February until it's released. So anyway, yeah, we're just gonna be chilling and jamming to Retro 1 and Retro 2, but yeah, Retro 3 is on the way, fellas. So X-EST, let me explain this tournament format. All right, so it's a 3-on-3 tournament. I think they updated the rules slightly where it's a whole actual double elim. And unlike SBO and like X-Mania, you're able to have duplicate characters on your team. So you could do a team of all camis, and it's happened before. It's kind of crazy, right? Because there's like a whole 3 camis. Speaking of cami, apparently I guess Nakamura's on Fightcade. This isn't playing. But yeah, so you are allowed duplicate teams. One of the most interesting ones that we have here, we'll take a look at it in a little bit, but you actually have a team of 2 camis and an old Honda. The old Honda being, Shogatsu. So I guess a little bit of a fun fact that I've mentioned on previous streams. If you look at the poster, there's 4 characters on there. So obviously Shogatsu is the one who's celebrating his half century, right? So he's turning 50. He's been playing Street Fighter since Street Fighter 1. I think it was actually Josh who mentioned he saw Shogatsu beat Street Fighter 1 or something, right? And like he could probably take the world record away from Damdai in the speed run. I don't know. I might just be making stuff up, but I wouldn't be surprised. And then the other 3 members on the team. Yeah, there you go. So Josh got the lore on that. Yo, let me get that video. I want to commentate it. Anyway, the other 3 characters on the poster, you got Ken, Gal, and Zangief. And those are played by none other than an OG X-Mania team. So it's going to be Matsun, Shinopi, Guile, and then Onimura. So the 3 of them are, teaming together again. for this special event. Matsud really loves teaming with gals. I can't say that enough. He loves having a gal on the team. So they're gonna rekindle their bonds, and it's gonna be one of the hype teams that I'm anticipating to make it far in this bracket. So there are gonna be 4 blocks. Each block has 7 teams, so it's a total of 28 teams. But right now, 26 out of the 28 teams are confirmed. Now, what that means is there will be an LCQ. So if you look at Block B, number 27, B Block 27, you can see it's a bunch of question marks. 3 hours before the tournament, they'll be holding a last chance qualifier at Big One, and then the other one at Game Newton. So if you look at Block D as well, right here at the bottom right-hand corner, team number 28. Now, this is scary. I'm going to tell you guys why LCQ is scary. It's not like these guys couldn't get put on a team. I think some of the top players just love the idea of, I'm going to get to the venue and just find other strong players to team up with, and we're just gonna body everyone at the last chance qualifier. So the last time I went to Japan, we had to end up fighting the LCQ team in round 2, and that team consisted of Viper Hawk, Hakase Dalsim, and Noguchi Claw. So just to put in perspective the level that you can expect in an LCQ, that's a scary team, right? So there are some players that have not gotten a team yet, and I guess spoiler alert, Yakitori is one of the players who has not yet signed up. Maybe he's gonna be an LCQ, maybe he's on vacation, I don't know. But it makes me a bit sad because I'm always looking forward to Yakitori footage. So the spoiler is, when I post my X-EST highlight tonight, like pretty much almost every day leading up to the tournament, I've been pulling clips of the hypest moments from X-EST. I've had a couple of Yakitori clips laying around. I'll probably put one together for you guys, especially because, he's not on the bracket yet. It makes me a bit sad. So let's go ahead and I guess we'll start it off. So A block, you can see the 7 teams that are confirmed. And down at the bottom, you'll see that the loser of match 1 would fight loser of match 3, and so on and so forth. So it looks like this time around, they are doing a legitimate double elimination bracket. In previous X-EST years, they did this thing where when you get to like the 3rd round, if you lose, you still make it into the top 8. But the winning team, like the team that wins that match, they get to blind pick against you, where they pick your first character, right? So they have the advantage of, okay, this is team Yondaime, Opemai, and Altsun Chun-Li. We're going to put up Yondaime first, and we'll put up KKY on our side. So what you're doing is you're already filtering out and setting up a matchup that's in your favor, and you're getting rid of a huge threat. So that's kind of like what the X-EST format has been, which is interesting because you do get a second life as long as you make it deep in the bracket. And you still have an opportunity to win. So if you remember, one of the more recent highlights I posted was Shogatsu getting an OCV against KKY, Kusamundo, and Murasaki, and then that very year in 2018, that team ended up winning X-EST anyway, right? So Murasaki ended up winning, even though they got OCV'd just before that top 8 qualifying match. So teams is probably the most fun, exciting format because you're not alone. You got your team with you, and miracles can happen at any point, right? You can get OCV'd one match, make it into the top 8 anyway, and then suddenly just turn it up to 1,000. And I think that's like the coolest thing about teams. The last thing that I'll share before we get into these 4 blocks that we're looking at is a list of your character breakdown. So my first SBO tournament that I went to, I actually created an Excel file, and I had how many Ryus are there, how many Chuns, how many Boxers, how many Old Scots, and I made a calculation. I remember telling Damdai, I was like, Damdai, there's a 70% chance we're gonna run into a Ryu in our first match, and before the brackets were published. I don't know why I just spent so much time doing the theory crafting, but it turns out all that work is already done manually. So let me blow this up real quick. It's not too hard to read. You can see the text on the left hand side is new characters, text on the right hand side it's old characters, and you'll see how many of them are in the tournament. So there's 8 Ryus. Let me move this over so anyone that wants to watch the match can still see the match. So there's 8 Ryus. There's no old Ryus. So in total for Ryu, there's 8 of them. For Ken, there's 5 new Kens, 2 old Kens. So in total, 7 Kens. So if you just take a look at the right-hand side, you'll see that the characters that are the most abundant, right? The most used characters are, there's 8 Ryus, there's 8 Chun-Lis, and there's 8 Boxers. There's only 6 Claws. But remember, there's a LCQ, right? So I think it's good to kind of have this big picture point of view because, like, since there's 7 teams in every block, but there's 8 Ryus, like, you already know your chance of running into a Ryu or a Boxer or whatever, so you can already kind of, like, simulate it, think about your strategies. If you look at Old Hawk, there's only 1 Old Hawk. There's no new T-Hawk. That means there's no Viper, there's no Shin, there's no Hiroyan. So I'm expecting that these guys are going to come through in the LCQ. But yeah, I'm sad that we don't have any strong Hawk representation here. We do have 2 old Sagats, no new Sagat, so sorry, Yaya's not in this one. Dictator's a pretty common character. I mean, you got 5 Bipsons. Let's see how many Hondas there are. Honda, there's 5. Like, these low tier characters or low mid tier characters, not that Honda's low tier, but they're very strong team characters. Like, Fei Long is not a great team character, right? He's not gonna cover any bad matchups, but Honda can, Blanca can, right? Because grapplers are already a strong threat in the game. So having a Blanca, if you run into any grapplers, I mean, we just mentioned there's only 1 Old Hawk, but how many Zangiefs are there? There's 5 Zangiefs. Like, that's good. Blanca has a good chance of running into a Zangief. Yeah, it's kind of fun just looking at this in this way and seeing which characters are the most common. So we're probably going to be talking about a good chunk of Boxer, Chun-Li, and Ryu. And then I guess when the LCQ happens, we'll find out how many Hawks and Claws are added in the mix. All right. So the way that I wanted to do this, we'll just start from the left-hand side. In this case, we'll start with number 6 and number 10, since they will be matched up together. And then the winner of that will fight number 15. So team number 6 consists of... their team name is called Snake Buffalo Dragon Punch. It's a pretty dope name. And your 3... the team composition is Hatenko, with Ryu, of course. Kuroniku, Blanca. He posts a lot of Blanca clips online. And then Hibiki, who plays, short for a hyper beginner, he plays Boxer. So Hibiki, I'm not sure. I mean, kind of like, see him a lot at the GameSpot versus videos. Kuroniku's pretty dope. And Hatenko does really well at the team tournaments. Like at Xer, he was killing it, and he was covering for his team as well. You know, real great guy, solid Ryu player, but this is kind of like, I'm not gonna say I mean, they're not low tier hero. They have a Boxer and a Ryu, so we already established, right, that statistically you're gonna run into those characters. They also have a Blanca, so you know it covers a lot of matchups. I guess it depends on who they're gonna fight. So they're gonna fight team number 10. Team number 10, their team is called Fukaya Room. And there's a couple of players I never heard of, to be honest. So there's Narc Guile, Dangomushi, DJ player, and then Erika Chun-Li. I'm not sure who they are. I mean, their team characters are good. Like, they have they got a Guile there, they got a DJ, they got a Chun-Li. I don't know. I can see like Hyper Beginner just straight up getting an OCV, or Hatenko. I can see any of those. Like, those are known names. So I feel like in this particular case, round 1, number 6 has got it, right? So Hatenko's team, Snake Buffalo Dragon Punch. Man, that's a sick name. You guys have any cool ideas for team names? Old phase for lazy people, for sure. Yeah. I think number 6 has got this one so far. And they would fight Oh man, this is kind of a good team. So they would fight team number 15, which consists of their team name is Darkstalker's Revenge. Old something, I don't know what it is, but it's Yu with Guile, Pyonkichi with Zangief, and then Donburu Blanca. So Guile, Zangief, Blanca, that's a pretty solid lineup of characters. Again, like, a grappler can cover a bunch of bad matchups. Then you have Blanca that can take care of low tiers. And Guile just all around solid. I mean, if we take a look at the matchups, again, those three against the likes of Hyper Beginner, Kuroniku, and Hatenko. I think on the left-hand side of things, in Block A, Team 6 got it. So I think Hatenko would be the one that advances through on that side. Not sure if you guys agree, disagree. Let me know what you think in the chat. But yeah, I want to say that it seems like a good path for Hatenko, Kuroniku, and Haibiki. If they can win their first match, you know, I think this looks solid for them. So on the left-hand side, we'll start from the top right with team number 9. Yo, what's up? Cool Discretion. We'll start with team number 9 here. Let me pull up my notes. This team name is called Combo is a Spoiled Act. That's bars if I've ever heard any. Combo is a spoiled act. I don't know, but it consists of, oh, this is a strong team. So it has Kato with DJ, Tensho Ryu. So we're going OG Ryu, and then Kawasim Dalsim. This side of the bracket's already stacked with these guys, right? So we're talking about Kato, DJ, you know, pretty solid DJ. DJ is a huge, strong team character. He has a few matchups where he loses kind of bad, but overall, like, he has the ability to TOD, right? I mean, MGU. Tensho Ryu. This guy, Tensho is, if there was a yin and yang of Ryus, you know, DGV is a yin and this guy's a yang. Like, he will make sure that the meter works, where DGV is going to spend it on, like, a block string and then build it again and spend it right away. Tensho will keep the meter until he knows it's going to kill. That's his specialty. And Kawasim, we know. We've seen him so many times at Versus and exhibitions and tournaments. Not only a Dawson player, he has a very strong Zangief as well. So fundamentally, he's a very strong Street Fighter player. But, you know, I feel sorry for the guys that got to go up against them. I mean, they're going to fight team... Oh, shoot. I don't feel bad for the team that they're going to fight, because they're going to fight team number 1, which is Suji, Kusa, and Chloe-Wan. That's... This side of the bracket's already so stacked, right? So, Suji with Boxer, of course, Kusa Chun-Li, and Chloe-Wan Honda. That's a ridiculous team. Team number 1. And their team name is called King's Tile Draw. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Oh, man. That's a rough first match. So, I should probably mention how they, you know, see this out. They pretty much throw the names in a hat. And, like, the NPO team. Oh, let me load up another match. Nakamura lost 5-4 against Sagat. Interesting. Well, let me get another match loaded up. Alright, we got Chucky Iori fighting Nakamura. Cool. But yeah, so this team with Suji, I mean, I feel like Suji hasn't had the greatest success lately. I mean, he doesn't enter a bunch of tournaments, but I feel like he always travels out to XS, which is dope. I don't know how I feel about that, but Chloe-Wan's obviously very strong, very consistent, as well as Kusa. That's a tough draw for round 1. If I had to pick, though, let's see. All right, so Kawasim. I don't know. I gotta go with team number 1. I think with Kusa, I think Kusa's got what it takes. I think Chloe-Wan, like, even if Suji is not performing at its ultimate best, I just feel like, yeah, team number 1's got it. All right, they ended their match. I wish I had like a program that automatically loads matches for me, so I don't have to do this. Got to keep it visually entertaining for you guys. All right, so yeah, I'd say Suji, Kusa, Chloe-Wan. So team number 1 so far in the top right. And then team number 22. So this is, I see Shinoni on there. Team number 22 is called almost YY group. So YY is the arcade, one of the arcades in Tokyo. If you saw the first of 5 exhibitions that I streamed 2 days ago, those took place at YY. And that team will have Shinoni with S Sagat, Parapunte with Boxer, and the Tomoza Vega. Alright. Vega meaning Bipson, of course. So Shinoni Sagat. He's got hot hands in tournaments too. I feel like in tournament, he's always doing good. At Xer, he beat Murasaki, almost beat Vega. That Sagat team was pretty strong. And he has a dictator with him. Tomoza is another player who excels at the bad matchups. He's very strong at like Chun-Li. He's very strong at Honda. He's very strong at Fei Long, even though it's not like an entirely terrible match. Just like you get put in a lot of scramble situations and Tomoza can escape. Like he'll Devil's Reverse, he'll slide out. Kind of crazy. Parapunte, I'm not sure about this Boxer, but I mean, if I had to rename this team, I'd say Team CE, right? These are all the boss characters. You got a Sagat, a Boxer, and a Bipson. Yeah, that's a strong team, y'all. Team 22. So the left-hand side of the bracket, I don't think is like as OP yet. But so far, 3 of the 4 teams that we looked at on the right side are very strong. And then finally, team number 18 on this side. So let's see who they're gonna fight. And let me know if the audio's too loud, too low on the music. Let me get another match loaded up. I'm getting kind of annoyed that nothing's working. Here we go. Got a good match. So team number 18 will be Team Assemble. So it's going to be Kabuki Boxer, Wanike Honda, and then Iwaki Gal. Iwaki Gal, I think, is the one who has that server, right? Like one of the Fightcade servers where he's always kind of like sharing information. I'm pretty sure he's on the Dr. Pepper Boys server as well. Solid team. I mean, with Wanike and you know, they got themselves a Gilly as well. I haven't seen Iwaki Gal play. I just know Wanike. I'm most familiar with him. But yeah, I mean, looking at the matchups, you know, you got an Sagat right above. Sagat's going to basically take out the Honda and the Guile, right? And then you got Bipson. I mean, Bipson can even fight Guile. This really depends on who they put up first. So if I had a guess, they would put up, I think both teams are... Oh, U-Ball's coming through with a gift sub. Thanks to my boy Luigi. If I had a guess with Team 22 and 18, because this always blind pick, by the way. If I had a guess, they're going to put up their Boxers first, both of them. Because, like, it's pretty safe, right? So, if Team 22, they put up their Boxer, and then Wanike goes up with Honda, it's like, it's not a terrible match. If they put up Iwaki Gal, it's not terrible. And if they put up their Boxer, it's like 50-50 anyway. It's pretty safe. And on the flip side, if Kabuki-kun goes first with Boxer, and they put Shinoni S Sagat, that's doable. And then the Bison Mirror, or, you know, it's doable. And then fighting Tomoza, yeah, Boxer got the edge. So I just feel like for safety purposes, if they're both on the same wavelength, they're going to throw up their Boxers first. To summarize, I think team number 1 will make it out on this bracket. Because I think the teams that are on the right-hand side, so team 9, 1, 22, and 18, definitely there's some heavy hitters there compared to the left-hand side. I mean, of course, anything can happen in tournament. But I gotta put it at team 1. You know, I gotta give it out. I gotta give it up for the red team. Oh, we got Luigi in the chat. Not just in the chat, but like, we got a Luigi Bipson fighting this Cammy. So, yeah, that's A block. I think it's pretty clear cut, but I still think team number 1 got it. It's going to be between team 1 and team 22, and that's going to be exciting. Like, I want to see Kusa go up against Shinoni, and you know, I want to see like Tomoza versus Suji, especially since Suji had that recent set with Vega. Vega made it look mad good for Vega, right? He made the matchup look hella good for Bipson. So yeah, I want to edge it out to Team 1, number 1. So A block, the 2 teams that will move on are number 1 and number 22. I will leave it at that. We get to move on. All right, fellas. B block. 10 hut. So let's start with Team 24 and Team 19, since those guys will fight first, and then the winner of that will fight number 13. So Team number 24. Oh, I could already tell this text. This is Team Guchikai, all right? So if you don't know Guchikai, they're like, this is like a brotherhood. These guys, they roll as a pact. If you think you're fighting Gucci, I mean, I don't want to say too much, but let's say you're on FC2 and you think you're fighting Guchikai, you're literally fighting like one of 8 people, bro. Like, it's a whole gang. Team Guchikai, right? So you got Suzuki with Zangief. Then you got actual Gucci with Ryu. And lastly, you got Numa Bison. That's a strong team. All right, so that team is ridiculous. But what's even more ridiculous is the shuttle team just underneath. I don't know what that character means, but it says like shuttle something 46. Let me see if I can look it up real quick for y'all. Shuttle Saka 46. And this consists of another killer team. So you have Yondaime with Old Sagat. You have Opemai with Claw. These guys enter every tournament together. There is no Yondaime without Opemai. Might as well be Team Yo. Alright? You just say Yo and they show up. And then they have Altsun with Chun-Li. Actually, we fought Altsun Chun-Li. I think I beat him at SBO that year that we went. I'm not sure where he's from, but I feel like I've seen a lot more Altsun in recent years at like the Versus, like GameSpot Versus, but I don't think he was always in Tokyo. So he's playing Chun-Li. They're literally playing top tier, right? Chun also got Claw. I mean, how much more top tier can you get? So if I had to think about this, right? Claw, Ultigot, Chun versus Boxer, Ryu, Zangief. Sorry, guys, but Team Shuttle's moving on. Is not Altsun isn't from Shuttle. He's not from Nagoya. So I think that this is. I think on the left-hand side so far, in that first match, Team number 19, Opema and Yondaime, they're gonna make it. And these guys are also X-EST winners. They've won before. So the winner of that match fights Team number 13, right? And Team number 13 is called White Companies. And I don't know why, but Shiro, who's on the team, plays the white color Ryu, and Shiro means white Japanese. So it's going to be Shiro, Ryu, Bunshin, Fei Long, and then my boy Stomach Momio with that Geef. That's a tough call. Matchup-wise, I mean, if you're going to throw up Yondaime or Altsun or Opemai against Momio, Momio's the GOAT though, right? Momio's like mad good, but come on, those matchups aren't too great. If Momio can, like, you know, pull the weight, whatever he's got in the stomach, just lets it out, and like takes a couple names on that shuttle team, that would be hype. I mean, they got Bunshin, and you know, Bunshin got, like, Fei Long got tech against Old Sagat. It's a terrible matchup, you know, for Fei Long, but if you can mix it up with the corner shenanigans and make something happen with a TOD, it's doable. And then Shiro's just solid all around. It's tough to call. If I was a betting man, I'm still going with Team number 19, right? We're going with the shuttle team. But if I was a believer, dude, I mean, any team on the left-hand side, this is stacked. I mean, compared to Block A so far, this Block A, number 15, 6, and 10, this is already a bloodbath right here. B block, but if I was a betting man, number 19 takes it on the left-hand side of the bracket. But, you know, if I was a believer, I'm going with number 13. Because, like, Momio, man, you can never count out Momio. And Shiro is just like, he's always been good. You know, there are Ryus that have just been established. Like, they're in the books as being some of the goated Ryus ever. And Shiro's one of them. Not as active as once upon a time, but still enters these big tournaments. So, yeah, I'm kind of excited about B block so far. Now, on the left-hand side, as mentioned, we have the LCQ. So it's kind of tough to say, you know, who might end up being there. But team number 20 is what is it? Sonic Zoo 10 Dojo, and they're gonna be fighting. Oh, that's such a cheap team. I mean, like, so they're gonna have so Sonic Count Dojo. They have Kaminjin Claw, Ultra Mario Ryu, and then Tetsu Claw. So whatever this last chance qualifying team is, they're gonna have to fight a team of 2 Claws and a Ryu. That's so messed up. Like, that's not even fair. But I mean, here's the thing. If I was team number 20, I'd still be worried, right? Because you don't know who you're gonna fight. Like, you can't even mentally prepare for your bracket. You just know that you have 2 Claws and a Ryu on the team, you know? 2 Claws, 1 Ryu. Don't Google that. But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, again, betting man, doesn't matter who's in team number 27. Like, 2 Claws and a Ryu's gonna do it for the memes. And then up top, if we look at team number 7, that will consist of the small fish. That's Hikage with Claw. Alright, so this bracket is the one with all the claws. It's going to have Shake Guile and then Harama Kami. I'd never heard of these players. But, I mean, Claw, Kami, Guile, I don't know. That's an alright team, I guess. I mean, it's a pretty solid team composition. I just don't know. I just, you know, unfortunately, I'm not familiar with these players. I can't really say much about them. I can say who they're fighting, though. Team number 29. Or, sorry, 21. I can't read right now. Team number 21 is, you know, pretty much going to be the goated team here. This is the Honda Kami team. So you have Nakano Kami, Mr. Half Century Shogatsu, and then Haku Kami. So they're going to fight. So Shogatsu and the 2 Kamis are going to fight, you know, this team, the small fish that we haven't heard of. I anticipate that they'll win their match, you know, Shogatsu. And, I mean, Haku's also, like, super strong. Haku's dope. Getting a lot of Kami love here. And Shogatsu tweeted out, this might be the first time in history that a team like this has ever happened. I'm sure we've had teams with 2 Kamis before, but 2 Kamis in an old Honda? Like, this is, like, pretty darn rare. It would be funny if we got the double Kami old Honda team to fight the 2 Claws and a Ryu. That'd be some dope lore. Because Kami, so, I mean, Claw Kami's not great. But, like, Kami could tag stuff. Like, Kami could do, you know, random short drill to punish Claw on the start of, like, the Rolling Crystal Flash. You could do stuff like roundhouse uppercut to chase, you know, jump backs. Like, Kami's got some stuff, and Haku has proven it over and over that, like, I can get some reads, I can get the stun in TOD. That's Kami's thing. Kami has to, in certain matchups, really bet it on those crazy reads. And, you know, Kami fights Shoto as well. I mean, Ryu has a pretty big fireball, so it's not, like, the easiest for her to deal with, but I still think she's pretty decent against Shoto. So, I'm kind of hyped for that match. But I think, without thinking about the LCQ so much, I think old Honda, I think actually the Shogatsu team on the right-hand side has this, Honda and Kami. I think that team on the right-hand side will do it, and they will probably have to fight Team 19, which is Ultsun, Yondaime, and Opemai. So, Team 19 is going to move on in this bracket, even though the left-hand side is a bit of a bloodbath itself. Like, you know, we talked about Momio. Momio has the ability to make stuff happen. Even Gucci-Kai, like, all those teams on the left-hand side are a threat. But on paper, it should be Team 19 versus Team 21, I think. Based on, like, results and the matchup chart and stuff like that. And if that were to happen, then I think Team 19 is going to move on. And, you know, they're going to be the one that's on the winner side of the top 8 for B block. All right. If no one has any concerns, I guess we can move into C block. C block time. What do we have here? Let me just quickly look at this. Okay, I see some names here. Our boy U-Vega's here. All right, yeah, we got a couple names. So let's go ahead and start with teams number 26 and 25 on the left-hand side. All right, so team number 26. That is going to be Team Sheep. So it has Yuzuru DJ, it has Shu Ken, and Settle Tape Zangief. That's solid. That's all like... It pretty much has like all the different tiers. You got Zangief low tier, you got Ken mid tier, and you got DJ. It's like mid high. But that's a solid lineup. Like that's a good team. And they're gonna end up fighting. So that was team number 26. They're gonna end up fighting team number 25, which is NBC. So for those who don't have cable, I guess this one will be free. And it's gonna be Nayaba, Chun-Li, Shimizu DJ, and Garyu Ken. So almost a mirror match, minus the Chun-Li Zangief difference. Or you know, they both have a Ken and a DJ. But like team number 26, I mean, you got Yuzuru, Shu, and Subtle Tape. The other players, I think they're relatively unknown. Like I'm not familiar with them. So I gotta give the edge to team 26 so far. And if they win that, they're gonna fight team 16, which is Geki WW Group. And this has some OG players, alright? OG players. You have Tasaka with Kami. You have Kamiraya Ken. Kamiraya is the one who created the NPO, in my understanding. So the whole, like, the ST organization, the website for NPO. And then you have Latios with Old Chun. This is a pretty OG team here. Oh, let me get another match loaded up. Damn, Nakamura's kind of getting washed right now. Alright, here we go. We got another match for you. Yeah, on the left-hand side, I mean, yeah, Kamiraya, you might be OG and Latios and Tasaka, but I think Team 25 got it on the left side. Or, sorry, Team 26 of Yuzuru, Shu, and Subtle Tape. I think they got it on the left side. But I like the team representation. Not a lot of top tiers here. You don't see any, like, old Sagat, old Doll Sims. There's, like, what, one Chun-Li? This is more of a tame, kind of balanced out bracket so far. And then on the left-hand side, we'll start from the top. So we have team number 2. I don't even need to look at the rest of the teams, and I know that this is the team that's probably going to make it, all right? So team number 2 has, you know, Mr. Perfect Attendance, of course. But first it has Peroshi with Honda. Seo with Chun-Li. I love Seo. Like, Seo is one of the Chun-Lis that I, like, super respect. It's a very strong Bipsen player as well. And then the Bipsen, U-Vega. Alright, so you got Chun-Li, Dictator, and Honda is probably one of the best team compositions that you can have. Because Honda can cover so many matchups. Chun-Li, of course, is Chun-Li. And then U-Vega, like, just Dictator is, like, I can OCV any team if I want. That's what Dictator can do. It doesn't matter the matchup. Dictator is one of the more balanced characters that can pretty much just... You can make anything happen. Like, in teams, Dictator is the miracle character. That character makes it to Grand Finals or top 4 more than, you know, the OP teams that have, like, all the, you know, all the Doll Sims and the old Sagas. Unless it's, like, Yondaime. Yeah, sorry, fellas. Team 2, a.k.a. Healthy Entertainment. That's your team name? Yeah, sorry for whoever had to fight them. Oh, shoot. All right, that's a pretty stacked team. My bad. The team that they got to fight is pretty OD, but I don't think the matchups are going to be in their favor. So they're going to fight Nonobi Bison, of course, so MB, KO55. Suzuka with Dalsim, and then Nemo Blanca. This is an example of, you know, a Blanca that's in a really good spot because Blanca fights Dictator very well, right? So you can put up Nemo against U-Vega, and that might be a good match. But they have Peroshi Honda. If they put up the Honda, if they know that this Blanca's coming up, you sacrifice that wild card that you have to, you know, deal with those rare good matchups. Yo, what's up, boss? Yo, boss, we can join the LCQ. I'm down, that big one. It'll be, you know, your old Sagat, my Vega, and I don't know. We need a third player, but that'll be hype. The next time I go to Japan and there's a SC team tournament, I'll team up with you for the lore. But anyhow, yeah, this is tough, but I gotta give it a team 2 anyway. It sucks for team number 5 because that's a very strong team, but you're going up against like some of the strongest to ever do it. Yeah, we need Choi on the team. That'll be hype. Even though you can't play on a Japanese cab. But yeah, I mean up top right. Yeah, top right, I gotta give it to team 2, but again, it depends on who they put up first. So if team 5 is gutsy and they put up Suzuka first, for example, and like team 2 put up Peroshi, right? Or they put up Yu Vega. Those are tough matchups. You know, if they lose that edge and now you have that Pocket Blanca to like wait for that bad matchup to come up, or like suddenly now Yu Vega might have to, you know, struggle fighting a Blanca on Nemo's level. That's gonna be dope. But anyway, I still give it a team 2 for the top right-hand corner. And then the bottom right-hand of the bracket, Choi can play. Oh yeah, that's right. Big One's got the upgrades. So we could join the LCQ, but we won't be able to finish the tournament. Or are they finishing everything at Big One? So at the bottom now, starting with team number 12. So we just said, all right, this whole bracket, left-hand side is kind of like, oh, another KO 55. Left-hand side is a lot of like, you know, mid-tier character representation. And now you got the heavy-hitting teams. So top right, Yu Vega's got it. Yu Vega Pro Shiseo. On the bottom, team number 12, you got Gamachichi with Vega. And their team name is Act Kusatsu Casual. So you have Gamachichi, Konitama with Dalsim, and then Kusamundo Honda. This is another like great team composition, right? So you got your top tier, you got the Dalsim, you got the Honda to deal with your grapplers and your, you know, the obscure characters, and then you have a Bibson that's like your OCV character, right? Your, you know, your miracle character. That's a tough team. I'm not as familiar. Like, I've seen Gamachichi play. I'm not familiar with Konitama, but Kusamundo, like, we know Kusamundo. He's also an X-EST champion at that. So, they're going to have to fight team number 3 now. Team number 3 is, oh, here we go. Phew, this match is going to be OD. So, the guys on the poster, their team name is called The Usual. So, you have Ponimura with Zangief, Tsunobi Gal, and then Matsun Ken. Why is this bracket? Why is C block a bloodbath? This C block is literally the craziest. Like, this whole right side of the bracket is kind of crazy. I mean, they don't have like a lot of claws here. As mentioned, like, there's no claws, there's no Ultigats, but like the players are the heavy hitter players here. So let's see. Matsun historically beats Honda. So I think Matsun Kusamundo, Matsun, right? Like, that's his specialty. Matsun Dalsim, he specializes in the match. It's not a great match for Ken, but Matsun's got those, you know? I mean, it's going to be harder for Shinobi and Ponimura to deal with the Dalsim. So I think Matsun's got it there. But Matsun against Vega, I don't think Dictator is his strong suit match, to be quite honest. Like, you know, I think Aniken has like some better setups there. You know, recently we've seen Murasaki a couple of times take it over Matsun. Yu Vega's taken over Matsun. So matchup wise, though, 2 out of 3, Matsun's got it. And then Shinobi with Guile, I think Shinobi can handle Vega. And then Ponimura, I mean, the thing is, 2 out of the 3 matches up there are really bad. But if it's Gamachichi versus Ponimura, I mean, even Ponimura versus Dalsim, this is going to be a hype match. This, so far, I think C Block is looking like my favorite. If I had to be a betting man would say on the right-hand side, Team 2 moves on. So Peroshi, Seo, and Yu Vega. And then on the left-hand side, I got to give it to Team 26. Yuzuru TJ, Shu Ken, and Seto Tape Zangief. A lot of variety here. Anything can happen, though. it really depends on which character gets sacrificed first. Sometimes, you know, if you lose that character that could have done everything for you. Like, I don't know if they would put Matsun up first. I think they would still put Pony up first on number 3, and then number 12. I think they would put up their Konitama. I think they would put up their Dalsum first. So either way, it'll be Dalsum Zangief. And then if Konitama wins, then it'll be Matsun. And then maybe they would try Gamachichi. I think Shinobi would be the anchor. Yeah, depending on how they set up their matches. But I'm really rooting for team number 3 and 2 to face each other. Hiroshi Seo and Yu Vega versus Pony, Shinobi, and Matsun. That's a match for the ages. And there's no Claw. There's one Chun, but there's no Claw. Anyway. Alright, so that's C block. And now we're at the last one here. So D block. And let me load up another match. Okay. Hope y'all have been enjoying the stream so far. D block. So again, there's a last chance qualifier, team number 28. As far as the tournament goes, I won't be streaming the last chance qualifier. I'm just going to start when the actual bracket starts. So if you guys want to watch it, it'll be on likely the Newton and like the Big One channels for those 2 tournaments for the separate last chance qualifiers. But once the tournament goes live, I'll go ahead and cover it. And Ultra Combo has agreed to join the mics with me, so that will be exciting. It's kind of been a ritual lately that we're doing commentary together for these late night shows, and I mean, it helps me not fall asleep, you know, because they do this intermission. The intermission is like up to an hour and a half long, so I don't want to like shut off the stream. So normally we just end up like talking about random stuff. Anyway, all right, moving on. So let's finish up D block, and I think we'll pretty much be able to end the stream. D block, starting from team number 11, is going to be all right, yo, we again more heavy hitters here. So the team name is called Put It on the Ring, and it's got Mr. Purple himself. All right, it's got Murasaki Vega. Right, it's got Fujimon DJ. And it's got Yomi Aido with Ryu. That team is ridiculous. And Yomi did one of those Kimonomichi sets versus I forget the Claw player's name. Unfortunately, Yomi couldn't win that set. I was really rooting for him, especially since he's been training, you know, with the Nagoyan Claws. But Yomi Aido is, you know, one of my favorite 2X players. He's a really great guy and knowledgeable about the game and super solid player. Fujimon as well. I mean, Fujimon just like Fujimon finds the most random things to be excited about. He was so happy to find that he and I were born the same year. It's like, oh, so cool. We're the same age. No wonder we like the game. I'm like, bro, like people of all ages like the game, but he just, you know, he likes just finding. He just wants to connect with people. Like Fujimon is always smiling, you know, dope dude as well, and I'm glad that he's taking it serious. I mean, he's teaming up with Murasaki, all right, KO55. Teaming up with Murasaki. You know, Murasaki and Fujimon, if you remember, the first clip that I posted of all this X-EST stuff was actually their grand finals match. So these guys, you know, longtime friends, players, they're teaming up together with Yomi. I'm excited for Yomi because he's got a pretty top tier team with him, and you know, this team can make it far. They're gonna have to fight team number 4. Team 4 is Twilight Kentucky. It consists of a few players I haven't heard of, so it's Eren, Chun-Li, Konshu Syoku, with the only old Hawk in the tournament. So the only Hawk in the tournament is this player, Konshu Syoku, and a Hustler Claw. I mean, Claw, Chun-Li on the same team, and then you got an old Hawk, but I don't know, man. With Murasaki, with anyone on Team 11, I can see that being a OCB kind of situation. Even though Hustler can like hustle you for your money, I still got to give it to Team 11. So Murasaki, Fujimon, and Yomi. And then they would fight. So the winner of that would fight another pretty solid team. So team number 23. That's going to be Yopi Mino-san. So it has Mino Vega. So you got a Bipsen up there. You have Yoko, which is Dalsim, and then Hepoko Kami. So you got your top tier, you know, with Dalsim. You got that OCV Miracle character with the Vega. And then you have a Kami on there, Hepoko Kami. I'm not super familiar with these players. I feel like I've seen Yoko and Mino play. I'm not as familiar with Hepoko. There are people that travel out for X-EST, so you will find, you know, players that are, you know, they don't enter like all the tournaments, but they'll travel out for X-EST. And especially this time around, like it's gonna be New Year's Eve. It's a holiday, so you know the casual 2X players will come through for these tournaments. Not to say that they're like casual only, but like they're not as competitive as like the U Vegas, for example, right? And the Murasakis, etc. So D block left side, number 11's moving on. Right side, oh man. Ooh. Alright, we'll start from the bottom. So we got the LCQ, number 2. We don't know who's going to be yet. They're going to fight team number 14. And team 14 is Matsudo Kayasa. And that's Kaminoko with Ryu, Ekubo with Old Ken, and Sakurai with Ryu. So we might get a little bit of a Smash cameo. I'm just saying stupid stuff, of course. But Ekubo with S Ken. I feel like you're seeing a lot more Old Ken players coming through to these tournaments. So pretty much a Shoto team. I mean, anything can happen with a Shoto team. I have no idea who they're going to fight in this LCQ. I really can't say. There's not much to judge. We just know that they have an unpredictable match, basically. And they're going to have to fight at some point the winner of the following match. So this is, when I saw this team, I was just like, all right, these guys are going to kill it. So team captured, okay? Are you guys ready for who's on this team? You got A4. A4 Blanca. You got Tamashima Bison. And you got Mal Balrog. That's a supervillain team. I don't know when AFO joined the dark side, but that's a supervillain team right there. That's a pretty ridiculous team. I wouldn't want to fight that team. But who they will have to fight is, oh man, they got a strong team that they got to fight too. This is a bloodbath of a bracket. I still think Block C so far is the most stacked. But they're going to have to fight Team Unwind, which consists of Hide Chun-Li, Pekko with S-Ken, no Goki, of course. Goki's banned. And Nikaiten Bison. So you got a Boxer in the mix as well. So Boxer Chun, Old Ken. Let's see. Let me think. Let me think about this. So team captured. The AFO. I mean, that's a tough match. Chun-Li, Old Ken, and Bison. Let's see. Tamashima. I mean, Boxer is a safe bet to just put up first. I think Mao is the anchor, right? I would be excited to see Pekko versus Mao again, but this time with, let me see the boom boom clap. Thank you. But I would be excited to see Pekko S-Ken against Mal Balrog, because I feel like there's still not enough Old Ken Claw in Japan. It's very common outside of Japan, right? Like you see it in Mexico and the States, and well, maybe not Euro. I feel like there's not a lot of Old Kens out there, and they don't have a ton of claws, but I want to see that. I want to see that in a tournament format. But like, this is AFO. AFO is a mind over matter character. How good is S-Ken? S-Ken is cheap. S-Ken's got a really strong fireball, great recovery, jab DP, fierce DP, like just good invincibility on it overall. Jump roundhouse, like the auto footsies with the low forward and the low roundhouse. Like, Old Ken is just like a super solid character. And I still think a sleeper. Like, I don't think people give enough credit to how strong of a character he is. They'll say like, oh, it's an old character and you can throw them and they can't tech throws. You try to tick throw an Old Ken and let me know how that goes for you. Nice hit confirm right there with the Nambo. Let me know how that goes for you. Let me know how it goes for you trying to tick throw an Old Ken. And then you can call me back. 800 foe. Hit Rizwan up on the low. Alright. Anyway, team captured for me. With Mao, Tamashima, AFO. And, I mean, either way, number 17, number 8, whoever wins that, I think that they'll take it over team number 14 and 28 anyway. So over the, that team of the, you know, the players who are less familiar to me. Oh, let me see another Boom Boom real quick. Ooh, okay. Against that LCQ team, but I don't know. Like, I think on the right-hand side, it's almost as clear as day, but team captured got it. On the left-hand side, it's going to be the Murasaki team, right? Murasaki, Fujimana, Yomi. D block is hype, and C block is hype. I mean, all the blocks are hype, but this has got some storylines brewing in the mix. And that's pretty much a summary, I guess, of what you can expect tomorrow. So the tournament will start at 9 p.m. Pacific time, midnight Eastern, and at what is it, like 1 or 2 p.m. Japan time. But if you're in Japan, you already know when it starts. And I mean, it's gonna be hype. So for anyone who wants to just quickly peek at these again, I think we said in A block, we said that the team that's likely to make it will be team number 1, which was Suji, Kusa, and Chloewan. And maybe team 22, which was Shinoni, Boru Funde, and Tomoza. And then B block had a lot of strong teams. I want the Stomach Momio team to take it, team number 13, but come on, you got Shuttle in there, team 19, Opemai, Yodaime, and Otsun. And on the right side, I think it's gonna end up being Nakano, Shogatsu, and Haku, 89. I think those are the 2 teams to make it here as well. And then in C block on the left-hand side, team number 26 with Yuzuru Shu and Seto Tape. And on the right-hand side, it's tough to call, but it's going to be between team 2 and team 3. So team 2 was Hiroshi, Seo, and Yu Vega, and then team 3 was Ponimura, Shinobi, and Matsun. This is a rough bracket. C block's kind of broken. This is super broken. Every match is a grand finals match. And then lastly, in D block on the left-hand side, team 11 with Murasaki, Fujimon, and Yomi. And then on the right-hand side, team captured with AFO, Tamashima, and Mao. So usually I'm pretty indecisive about these, but I feel pretty confident, and I'm saying that right now because, you know. Oh, let me get a Boom Boom. He wanted Sanfear Super. It's alright. But yeah, you know, everything's 2020 in hindsight, and I hate that expression. But like, after the tournament happens, to be like, oh yeah, duh, of course that team could beat that other team that I thought was gonna win. Because like, team format is brutal. Anything can happen, but it's just fun. Like, if I don't know, let's say for example, if it was a U.S. match, right, and you had like, I don't know, I'll just throw it out there, like. Hold on, let me think of a good example of like 2 strong players. Like if it was Ultra Combo with Ulsagot versus like, I don't know, Cross. Then I'm not you know, throwing Cross under the bus, but Cross with Ken, right? Cross obviously super strong player. Watch anyone, but like it'll be tough to watch that in a first of 3 because Ulsagot's just gonna, you know, tear it up. Especially, I mean, you know, Ultra Combo is a Ken killer. He was beating all the top Kens, Aniken and Matsu, with new Sagat in Japan. Like, they couldn't touch him. So, like, in a team format, it's just 1-1, and then you move on. So, if in that low tier character wins that Old Sagat match, boom, you don't have to worry about dealing with the Old Sagat in the set anymore. Now, like, everything is just fun and exciting. So, the team tournament's just, like, it's just super dope to me. So, yeah, hope you guys tune in tomorrow to check it out. I mean, I guess in addition to that, like, the eyes will be out there. Sorry for just blowing up my face on the street. But, yeah, it's going to be cool. It'll be a fun time, and, you know, I'm hoping we get to have some laughs in the chat. So we're chilling. You know, the streets is watching. I'm gonna get rid of my face now. I thought it'd be funny for a quick sec. Yeah, that pretty much wraps up the X-EST bracket. You know, it's a great way to end the year, and it's a great time for ST. I guess I'll show the list one more time as well. So for anyone who tuned in a little bit late, this is the breakdown of the character usage for X-EST 2022. On the left-hand side, you know, it's just new characters. Right-hand side, it's old characters, and then they're tallied up at the very end. So starting with line 1, you got 8 Ryus, 0 old Ryus, and in total you have 8 Ryus. What's up, Vint? And then you have 5 Kens, 2 old Kens, so you have 7 Kens total. So if you're just curious about your own character, right? If you're like, man, I love Fei Long, I can't wait to see my favorite Fei Long players. Well, sorry, guys. There's only one Fei Long in this tournament so far. Yeah, Oshawott, Old Ryu is a very strong character as well. And, you know, we watched a set with Mayumura versus TMF, and it was hype. That VOD is up on YouTube. I think you were in the chat there, Oshawott. So, you know, LCQ, we don't know who's going to be there. Like, so Koyamon, I didn't see him on the bracket, right? We didn't see Yakitori in the bracket. We didn't see Hakase. Didn't see Viper. Didn't see Choshu. You know, there's just so many strong local players. We didn't see Boss on the bracket. I don't think Boss will play. But, like, there's a lot of strong players that we didn't see on the bracket. Maybe they'll be in the LCQ. We don't know. Like, where's Kurahashi? Where is Ryu? Where is the champion? Where's Sashishi? Where are these guys at? This is still the most stacked bracket of the tournament, and still we have all these players that are missing. I mean, it's a rough time, right? It's holidays, like, people taking a break and chill. But yeah, this was hype. Again, tomorrow is the tournament. 9 p.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Japan Standard Time. And on Friday afternoon at some point, we're going to be doing the 6 Grooves Gauntlet. So we're going to switch gears to CBS2. We got Choi Boy versus, you know, these 6 players here. Got Eric Turbo, Gene Wong. See the list. I don't got to read it out. It's going to be pretty sick. And, oh, if you guys want to support, check it out. Shilluminati.com for all of your needs. And then lastly, all the exhibitions and all the streaming and everything that we're doing is leading up to Genesis, right? It's a grassroots tournament, very supportive of, you know, the retro scene in particular. And, you know, they're allowing us, you know, they gave us some space again for the 3rd year now to run ST and also CBS2. So that's why we're doing some of these things. We have other exhibitions lined up, you know, as we're preparing for the tournament. So you guys can, yeah, check those out. And if you're able to support, there'll be a Matcherino and stuff. If you're local in California, or, you know, if you got flyer miles and you want to visit, come by. You know, I'm actually gonna have a bunch of Dr. Pepper that I'm gonna give out to all the competitors. I'm gonna buy cases of Dr. Pepper. You guys don't believe me? Trust. That's gonna be my my jam for this year. And if you're not on the Discord server, of course, join the Discord server. You know, the Shilluminati. It's a cool place, and we talk about a bunch of random stuff. Lastly, what else I gotta say here? Oh, I gotta mention this one more time. But Retro 3, so this whole time we've been listening to Retro 1. We actually ran through the whole stream on Retro 1. Didn't get to listen to 2. But after 10 years, you know, my boy Marcus, he's bringing back Retro. So the mix is on Retro 3. This is 10 years now later. It's going to be released early February. So if you guys are able to support, check out his music. He's a dope dude. Unfortunately, not going to be at the tournament because he's not going to be there. But yeah, it's going to be hype. I think it's a 5-5 matchup, Gal Cammy. I don't think it's terrible for Cammy. But anyway, yeah, Retro 3, big project, and I'm looking forward to it. So, yeah, if you guys want to just check out the music, there it goes. And on that note, Guess we're gonna find someone to raid. Boss, you didn't go live yet, huh? Alright, send it off to Spooky. Maybe Spooky. Maybe we can convince Spooky to stream X-EST. Well. Appreciate y'all fellas. Everyone be cool, be easy, stay warm, be safe. And we'll catch y'all tomorrow night. You know? I mean, I'm gonna be on my jet in the morning, obviously, but then at some point I'll come back and chillin'. See y'all later. Yeah, and I'm gonna need you guys in the chat to help me stay awake. So hopefully you guys come through. All right, y'all. What's up?